Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Sean Tank Top, and I'm over here at Costa Tank Top. I'm hanging out with my very good friends, Dustin and Morgan. Drace, over there at the dojo. Drace, how you doing over there, Draces? You ready to?
Doing great.
Yeah.
You guys ready to ride Eternal over there?
Oh gosh.
Get all shiny and chrome over there.
Yeah.
Talking about that because we have a new trailer is dropping, a prequel to one of my favorite movies of all time.
Dang.
Wow, high praise.
Absolutely. Like I like it's Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. It's the prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. We're following the character of Imperator Furiosa, and she it's the Charlize Theron character, but it's her when she's younger. Anya Taylor-Joy is playing her this time around. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm with this type of stuff, especially with a movie that I loved as much as I loved Fury Road, there's almost a little part of me where I'm just like, it's like the Barbie movie. It's like, if you guys never fucking touch this again or make a single other thing related to this again, totally fine with me. Just kind of leave it still, leave it there. But I don't know, what do you guys think about that prospect?
I tend to be like, don't, because I liked how mysterious the world was. Like, you're just plopped in. They have this language that you're trying to understand, and but it's just like you're in it. So sometimes I worry when they do too much backstory. I don't need to know how she lost her arm. She just has. she has a rope.
We have to know how Jason found his machete. You know, or whatever the fucking. You're like, do we though? Like, I figure we jump into it. We'll give it a gander.
Sure.
And then we'll kind of and then we'll talk about it after. Also, Chris Hemsworth is the bad guy in this movie.
Okay.
Which I think is which I'm kind of here for.
Okay.
I saw him in Bad Times at El Royale. He can play a sleazy.
Oh yeah.
Sleazy bad guy. So if we can kind of bring that flavor.
Like, you see him doing some other thing, you put him in Thor, and you're like, oh, okay, that's why it's
Is
cool.
he baby a Morton Jr.?
Right.
Like him as a young strapping.
I don't know. That'd be. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Disgusting.
I would kind of love this. Anyway, let's take a look. All right, we're ready to jump into it. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Hit us up on our Patreon if you want to get exclusive access to a bunch of early content and a bunch of extended stuff, or just hit that that subscribe, and ring the bell thing, because that shit always helps. It never fucking hurts. Oh my God.
Whatever you have to do. However long it takes. Promise me you'll find your way home. Furiosa. Give me this promise.
Also going to be a lot of those gals that we saw at the end of Mad Max Fury Road too.
Yeah.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh man.
Oh, we do get a young one. Okay.
We got a Morton baby.
Oh yeah.
Back when he was super hot.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh man, she used to have trees.
I'm Furiosa.
The darkest of angels. The question is...
Okay, so she has the arm in part of this.
Yeah.
Do you have it in you to make it epic?
looks pretty solid. He looks a little weird. Like he looked a little weird though with that nose.
Yeah.
Like the very obviously prosthetic nose and shit like that. Like
It's a choice. Yeah.
oh yeah, it's a choice for fucking sure. But that looked pretty. I do like, yeah. Oh my god, look, he looks so svelte and everything like that. Fucking, what's his name in his Immortan Joe in his prime.
Young fuckable
yeah.
Immortan Joe.
That's what we needed. That's what we need.
I mean, we knew that it was gonna. It makes sense. It is kind of wild though, because it is like so, like he's so much younger, but he still has like white hair.
Yeah.
And shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, so that was a choice. He was dyeing it white.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
he was.
Maybe he was born that
He
way.
was born. He's a Targaryen, confirms.
It's very.
You know they're problematic.
Yeah.
Totally.
Targaryens are.
Some people were kind of saying that like they're like, oh, there's like too much CGI in this trailer. That was one little thing that I saw, and like,
Yeah, it looked hyper real.
a little bit, maybe.
I felt like it was like, you know, when you go to your parents and you gotta turn off the motion smoothing. You know, I just like,
right.
You know, it felt a little soap opera-y. In that, I'm sure that once we see it on a theater screen, it'll be cool.
Oh yeah.
But it was definitely felt like a lot of like layers going on.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
there's
like
like
the original was so
little bit of that.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Fury Road is a beautiful film.
Right.
And so, like, yeah, it's a little hard when it's so much CGI to be like, I mean, it looks cool and it looks exciting and that was fun, but like, would you call it beautiful?
Like it looks like it's still got the same kind of like type of like crazy world building and type of shit that I like from this guy. That he
Yeah.
really, like it was funny. Like, oh, you see like her old tanker that she drives in the first movie, but it's way shinier, way new. It has like a drill on the back of it or whatever.
Oh.
It's like, what the hell is all that about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some fun stuff there. I think that, I don't know. Also, I don't know. I guess it's just like the sheen of just like trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get you're like a little nervous, but the fact that it's like the same dude, if it's an engaging story, I think that like all of that type of stuff. One thing I am hoping with this, at least from Chris Hemsworth, is that I hope that he's not like super crazy beefed up, like or whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of want like pudgy Thor,
Yeah.
like Hemsworth, like in this role. If he's, because I'm not quite sure, because I wouldn't say that. I don't know if he's like friend or foe necessarily.
He's
like I think he
also
does
using his Australian accent.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
actually
and I
gets to,
love
he actually gets to lean
that.
into it. Yeah,
And
what I
I
mean?
would
Like, yeah,
love it
and
if it's kind of like a villain or an antagonist, but he's like Immortan Joe's like rival,
Yeah.
and he's like very charming dictator, and but he's like, and Immortan Joe is just a fucking nightmare. And he's like, come on, like, I abduct people, and I like might, you know.
He's like, I'm the Biden of this world.
And I give the prisoners jobs, right?
I will rise,
But I'm
as
not-
the Biden of this world.
I'm not all about like, I'm not doing the essay, okay?
Yeah.
I have my limit. I have
right,
my
yeah,
code.
exactly. I
I
got a
can
line.
see that. I
got
can
a
see
line.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The people's hero.
It could be interesting because like it does seem like they have, like I wouldn't be surprised if it was something where
They're brothers. These two brothers.
these two brothers.
He was
that would be
born with the
fucking
white
sick,
hair,
Actually,
and
I would, yeah, I
and he
would
made
actually
fun
love
of him
that.
the
I
whole
mean,
time.
Yeah, just like or just kind of lean into the kind of, again, that kind of manic. That was just what was so amazing about that about Fury Road, is like this kind of absolutely relentless fucking manic energy.
Yeah.
That you know, like, but then these really amazing, like, lovely kind of pauses where we would have like these very beautiful still kind of moments and stuff like that in between. And it doesn't happen that often because it's mostly just a chase the entire time. I think that I could see this one being like a little more plot heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, because like that's one thing you can't say about Fury Road. It's not very plot heavy. Like it's about as basic, and it's to its credit.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I
that's to
mean?
explain
This
all of
seems-
it would be like to its detriment, because it's like I don't need to know why there's a guy with a guitar.
No.
I don't know why this music
Yeah.
program is amazing in this dystopian nightmare.
Whatever they're doing, you know what I mean? Like it's like God
funding the
bless them,
arts
you know what I mean?
at least.
Yeah, absolutely, totally. Yeah, I mean,
One thing Morton Joe's gonna do is fund the arts, okay?
Absolutely, 1,000%.
He did nothing wrong.
No, like it's like Mark one more for Morgan standing despots over there. No, but like I do think that there's gonna I do like that because at least kind of within the lore of Mad Max, like this is like every time that you check into this world, like if you watch the movies, like you know, like Mad Max is like. It's like society's still sort of there,
yeah.
But shit's getting kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's getting a little weird
right now or something. You know what I mean? Like, and then like you know, like Mad Max 2, Road Warrior, it's kind of fully descended. We're in full like post-apocalypse type thing. Thunderdome, there's like these pockets of society sort of rebuilding out of that, and that's where you get like the whole Tina Turner, like kind of like her sort of like you know trading outpost or whatever it is, and then. We check in here, and things have just gotten crazier. They've gotten weirder. They've gotten more extreme.
So that's where this is in the timeline. This is like it just continues. So like this would be between Thunderdome, and Fury Road.
I think so. I think right around there. So I think that, and so.
But also, it's only been 45 years since the fall.
I mean that's about all it takes. I mean I think that's
all
about
it takes.
All it takes. Yeah, what I mean, like you know, no, I mean, Morgan, it'll only take a couple of years.
Yeah, the second we run out of toilet paper, everyone's just fucking huffing paint.
Yep.
We were teetering on that. We were teetering on that during COVID. Yep. We're just like, are we going to run out of toilet paper? Are we going to start killing each other? Oh my God, we have the toilet paper wars. Like they're killing each other for toilet paper. Like whatever. That'd be amazing. No, but but yeah, I think so. It'll kind of be like to kind of restore some of the degradation of the world. I think will be kind of an interesting little bit of. It'll be fun. I'm with you where I'm like, I hope that we're not like, you know, just explaining like she can kind of get there, but I just don't need like. I don't need a secret invasion thing where he puts on an eye patch like it's a badass moment or something like that. Like it's got to be integrated into the story that makes it seem, you know, natural.
You know what I would love?
You know
it's like, okay, like I would love a time jump where like the arm is just metal. I don't need the building of the arm sequence. I don't need like
the building of it.
Cut my own arm off. I don't need the. I would love it if they never explained it.
You don't want to do 127 hours?
No, I would just love it.
Furiosa.
Because it's like a time jump where she's like a little bit more in her career, and she just has a metal arm. Also, have you ever like read into the like? Because he wrote. I don't know if I'm assuming it's his stuff. It was like on the Reddit or something. Where it's like he does have a lot of supplemental like written. He does explain all the shit. Like you can like read, but like, and it's actually very interesting. But I don't. I haven't read it in a minute. Like where he explained all the wives' little stories and stuff, and it's like,
oh no,
you can find it.
Right. Well, it's like where they say like write the backstory in your head, but don't have anybody sitting there. It's like, well, I did this and then that happened, and that's why I'm in the unfortunate circumstance or whatever. I mean, like, I don't know, like there were still, I mean, like, and I feel like all of that's still here. Like, I do love two things. I wonder if, because I was thinking about like a couple of things that I wonder if, like, what if Chris Hemsworth is like the original proprietor of the Bullet Farm?
Oh yeah, that could
like
be
I don't think he's the guy who gets blinded. Like I don't think that's him or whatever it is. But I was like, what if he's like one of the other like? There's the Bullet Farm, and then there's the Gas Town or whatever the fuck it is, and like so he could be possibly like a leader, a rival, and that's why he's sort of dealing. It's like I'm not as much of an asshole as a Morton Joe is. Also, I also love the fact that a Morton Joe is like way skinnier and smaller, but he still looks so awkward and weird. Like the face helmet is too big for his face.
Yeah, he had to grow into it. He's like a little when you get a little puppy and their harness is too big. You're like, he'll grow into it.
And it comes out in like 6 months. Also, that's the other thing is that we got 6 months of like work to be done on these effects as well.
That's what I was saying. I mean, it's also, I'm like,
and that's another element to it where it's just like this is just like what we could kind of get done for this thing, and so I think that's like also Yeah, and so I don't know. I mean, I'm.
Will
down.
Sean be
I'm
in the
fucking
theater
down.
5 times?
We'll see.
Only
We'll
time
see.
will
It's
tell.
like wait, hold on. If I don't go see this 5 times in the theater, is it because I'm a misogynist?
Yes.
Because it didn't have a boy name in the title, even though it was all about.
Well, they put a boy name in the movie.
Yeah. And it
In
was
the
about
title.
women, but.
Yeah. It's Furiosa on Mad Max. Yeah, it's
How dare
like I
they?
kind of would just love it if it was just Furiosa.
Yeah.
Like I don't need any Mad Max Saga, nothing. But they got to tie it to the world.
Listen.
They got to do that.
Max
shit. So
has got to
anyway,
be in it.
Yep, he's got it.
Oh my God, we get a little baby Tom Hardy or something like that. Like,
Well, how old would he be would Mad Max himself, the titular Mad Max, be in the?
Isn't he kind of like the same
they-
age as Furiosa?
well, there's this whole thing where, because when you go back and you watch Road Warrior, and the guy like the feral child that is the character that is like that's like narrating the movie, it's like, oh, in the end it was Max or whatever.
I remember the Road Warrior, the man we called Max.
Right.
Yeah.
He sounds exactly like Tom Hardy sounds.
It's the baby the whole time. Wow.
It was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else.
And you notice that like Tom Hardy can barely speak in like whatever. And you're like, this is the feral child that grew up and took the mantle of it because he saw this figure, and making Max like more of a mythic figure of the wasteland.
We're all Negan. We're all Robin. We're all Robin
Let's hope
Hood.
not.
Regular Mad Max over there. What if his name was Charlie and he was just Angry Charlie?
Angry Charlie.
Angry Charlie, or it's like
Angry Charlie.
or it's like Fuming Frank.
Fuming Franks. They're all Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, right.
This is a real Garbage Pail Kid world.
I was afraid that I was gonna kind of watch this thing and just go mediocre, but I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all.
No.
I wouldn't say that at all. I think it looks strong. And if it's got a little bit more story, I'm fine with that. I think that some of that stuff is okay. But I agree that we could kind of like the fact that it probably speaks to the fact that he's just not trying to make Fury Road again. He's trying to make a different type of film.
Yeah.
Like I'm into that too. Like express yourself differently, like within the
There
world.
was like 100 hero shots in this though. Like every pose was like,
oh yeah.
I did like that.
like-
When you muzzle a child, but you let them keep their Build-A-Bear.
yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Because that's a
You
collector
always
at that
appreciate
point.
that.
That's a
Yeah.
collector.
That's always appreciated. Absolutely. 1,000%. Oh my God. All right. Well, stoked on it. Can't wait for May. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. If you guys want to get early and uncut access to all of our stuff and support the channel, hit us up on our Patreon. Links in the top pin comment description below. And also, we shot a reaction to Mad Max Fury Road because Emil and our friend Jenny Lee had never seen it.
Oh, nice.
And that's coming out. That's also available on our Patreon.
Cute.
So that's one thing, and that edit's going to be coming out very soon. So the timeline of this is nice and linking up, so you get access to that. But also, if you can't do that, hit us with like and subscribe. Ring the bell thingy because that shit always helps. It never fucking hurts. And yes, we are going to be checking out the Hot D trailer in some form, in some fashion. We're going to be rocking that stuff. So keep it over here. We appreciate you all for hanging out. We'll check y'all later.